Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tashana. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about overachiever anxiety, mostly how to live with it and how to overcome it more so. So I'm going to give you 5 ways. If you're watching and you're an overachiever, you already know how dealing with it is. So I'm just going to be giving you 5 ways how to overcome it and just how to live with it and be more peaceful in your life. Okay?
Already, you know it. Top everything, you know it. King already, you know it. My body soul got a king body. Body gon' shine, bling, bling body. Calling all the shots, ring, ring body.
The first thing is to know that the end results doesn't really matter. Just because when you get something, you bask in it for like a good day or 2, and then after you're just like, oh, whatever, like it's normal. It becomes a part of your life. No matter what you attain in life, it doesn't make you happy. Like achievements, things, tangible things don't amount to happiness. Like you are not going to be happy when you get that house, whatever the thing is that you aspire to have. You're not going to be any much happier when you get it. Happiness is internal. You have to have happiness and work on happiness and also choose to be happy in order for you to be happy when you get all the things that you are desiring to have. So understanding that it's about the present moment, living in the moment and trying to be present, understanding that life is more than the things that we have. It's about the journey. It's not about the end results. Happiness and success is more so about the journey and enjoying the journey while you're getting to where you need to get to. If you focus only on the end results and achieving and getting an accomplishment and all of that, you're never ever going to be happy. Research on people that have everything that you could dream of and look into their lives and not just look from the outside and see the pretty Instagram pictures or anything like that, and listen to interviews and how they speak and how they treat people. Because most of the times when people are unhappy, they treat other people bad. They treat other people poorly. So if you look at how they treat people and how they treat people that they deem to be lesser than them, like their help, if you look at how they treat people, you will realize that person is nasty. They have a nasty attitude, and it's more than likely because they're unhappy. They're not happy. And if success and having stuff and achieving stuff was supposed to make you happy, why are they so unhappy? I also want to touch on the model. I think her name was Christy. Let me just look it up. Okay, I was mixing up her last name with her first name. So her name was Chesley Kryst. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. She was Miss USA 2019, and she was also a lawyer. And you look on her Instagram, beautiful girl. So she has beauty, in a luxury apartment, and she traveled a lot. She had popularity, and more than likely she probably drove a nice car, and she was accomplished. She was a lawyer, and pretty much she had what everybody would say had it all. And she jumped from, I'm not sure if they came to a conclusion as yet, but she wrote a note and left allegedly wrote a note and left all of her belongings to her mother. So I'm assuming that they already figured out that she jumped from her building, her apartment building, her luxury apartment building in New York, allegedly. Okay, so I just say that to say condolences to her family, and that it doesn't matter what you attain in life. If you are not happy internally, it's not going to be worth it. It's not worth it to be unhappy and striving for having stuff and attaining and achieving if you're not happy at your core. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. You're just gonna have stuff, and when you're lonely, when you're unhappy, when you're sad, and you look around, the stuff can't help you. You're lonely and unhappy, and you feel like there's nobody that understands you, and there's nobody to talk to. You cannot talk to your fancy bed, you cannot talk to your fancy cell phone, you cannot talk to your fancy luxury house. So people need to understand also, it's about human relations and having people that you can count on, having like a good support system that you know that you're heard and you're understood. It's not about gaining a lot of popularity and having a bunch of people following you and liking your picture. That doesn't do anything for your soul. That doesn't fulfill you in any type of way. And people you need to understand this in order for you to live in the moment and be present. I have to be very mindful of all of this. All of this is what I've already worked through within myself. That's why I'm able to speak on it, and also still working on it, and just having to be mindful every single day, because being a perfectionist and also being a Capricorn, and I don't know if you believe in astrology, but a lot of the traits that are said to be Capricorn traits, I have a lot of them. Like, if you watch how I move, a lot of persons even guess my sign even before I say anything. And then I remember sometimes I'm having discussions and persons are like, oh, I forgot you're a Capricorn, because my personality traits actually align with what my astrological sign is. So a lot of Capricorns are very hardworking overachievers, determined to achieve. And you have to be mindful that achieving and going for what you want and doing all these things is not going to amount to happiness. So you have to be mindful of the people around you, your family, be there and all that stuff. Not saying go be with toxic people. No, there are toxic family members and there's toxic friends and all that stuff. Don't make, because you're trying to be the person that is like positive and trying to have family relations and community, that you go and just dwell amongst any type of person. Some people are very toxic, and you'd be doing yourself a favor not having certain people in your life. So yeah. Number 2, the second way how to combat having overachiever anxiety is to acknowledge your past results and acknowledge the things that you do have. I did mention it a little bit in the first one, but acknowledging the things that you've already achieved. A lot of us don't spend time being grateful and remind ourselves that, hey, I wanted this thing, I had this goal last year, I had this goal 2 years ago, I now have it in front of me. A lot of us don't spend time to bask in or current achievements, and instead we go to the next thing. What's next? I'm guilty, very guilty, and I've done this a lot. Like I said, it takes mindfulness. So yeah, we go to the next thing. What's next? What's next? Keep moving. When do you stop to think and be appreciative of yourself and your hard work and all that? Don't rest too long, but stop sometime and appreciate life and what you have and what you've already achieved. And even if you don't have anything physical to say, hey, this is what I achieved, just being alive is enough. Just having life, just getting up every day and being there for yourself is enough. Just getting up every day, your heart beats for you every day. Every day your body gets up and shows up for you. I remember watching a sermon that was like so profound, because I've never looked at it that way. Every day your eyes get up and show up for you, your nose gets up and shows up for you, your heart gets up and pumps. That's a lot of pumping for you to be here, for you to have life. So just appreciate, even if it's nothing that you can. But if you lost all your stuff, just being alive is enough. And you should understand that I'm here I'm grateful, and keep moving and keep pushing for the next thing, but don't always be on go. 3, and I always say this, don't compare yourself with other people. Do not compare yourself with other people. People put up on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media, their highlights, the highlights of their lives. They don't put up, sometimes I go and put stuff like, oh, this is what's happening, but for the most part, a lot of people don't post that. Your PR person will tell you, no, you need to not put certain things on social media. You need to put only the fluff. So people only have the fluff on social media, and you're taking that and using that to compare your bad days and the days when you are not feeling your best. Don't ever compare yourself with people. And even if it's not social media, people don't go sharing the bad days and their bad times. So you might hear somebody talking and they're only speaking on the highlights of their life, the things that they feel good about, and you're taking that and focusing and internalizing it and feeling like, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that, and they don't have that and they don't have this either. They're just telling you their highlights. So please don't compare yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you compare yourself with people, you're going to always feel like you have less, because people are not 100% and sharing with you that they go to sleep at night crying. They're not telling you that. They're going to tell you the best things about themselves, because, you know, we're human beings and that's what we do. So don't compare yourself with people. You'd be stupid to compare yourself with people. If anything, you should try to understand that we're all human beings and we all fail, and we're all doing this thing for the first time. We don't have any experience. We don't know what to do. None of us know what to do 100%. And that's where life is at. And don't compare yourself with people. You'd be surprised some of the people that you look up to and you feel like they're the people that have all these things, and sometimes they're the most grimy, they're the most disgusting people on earth. So don't ever compare yourself to people. I don't know where I got this insight, but I've never really been one to compare myself with people, honest to God. Like, I've never really compared myself with persons. I feel like a part of it might be because my mother, like, literally always said from I was growing up, like, this is, you're the best, this is that. So I don't know if that's why I've never compared myself with persons, but I've just never done it. And if I've ever felt like there was a time where, because sometimes you catch yourself, if I've ever felt like there was a time where I might be thinking about somebody too much, I try to evaluate that. Like, why is it that I'm thinking about this person too much? And I try to remove myself from the situation. I don't want to end up in that rabbit hole where I'm comparing myself to person. So if there's ever somebody that I feel like, oh, this is so nice, and I find myself thinking about it too much, I try to cut it off before it even gets anywhere. Like, because at the end of the day, we're human beings, and if you don't put boundaries in place, you're going to find yourself in situations where you never thought you would have been in. So don't compare yourself with it. The fourth thing is, do not take on too much at one time. Guilty, but like I said, you live and you learn. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Maybe we can try this, maybe this will work out, you know. Maybe if I do this can work out with that. I'm gonna do the two of them at the same time. Yeah, right, true. So that don't work. You need to focus on one thing at a time and excel in that one thing, and then move on to the next thing. Like, don't constantly keep moving unless you have somebody that is there, that is supporting you 100%, and you know that if you falter in this area, this person is there to pick you up. Don't take on too much one time. It's self-explanatory. Don't take on too much one time. You want to achieve everything and you want to do this and do that, but slow down, take your time. It's not going anywhere. There is no real deadline. You can achieve anything at any age. We put time constraints on everything and make people feel bad. Society makes people feel bad for not having certain things at certain age. Don't fall into that trap. Take your time, achieve what you need to achieve slowly. Slow and wins the race. Not everything all at once, it will bungle down by you. Don't do it. Make sure that you know your purpose in life. If you don't have a purpose in life and don't feel like you have a purpose in life, spend some time trying to figure out, why am I here? What are the things that I am passionate about? And the easiest way for you to do that is to figure out what are the things that you're naturally talented at. The things that when you were small, you did them without anybody pressuring you to do them. You loved doing it. Figure out what that is. If it's people, you love people and you just want to take care of people, whatever that is, figure out what your passions are, because finding out what your passion is will prevent you from just doing random things and just doing and going and here and there, and you just always feel empty and you're literally trying to fill some void because you don't know what your purpose in life is. Even if you don't find some big major purpose where it's just like click light bulb in your head, just understand that the main general purpose of human beings on the earth is to be good stewards of the earth and to love and take care of and treat other people with respect. That's my 5 ways how to overcome overachiever anxiety. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.